It's called My Mum Hates Me. I'm really sad.
That's really sad.
I know, but not everyday dysfunctional men.
Dear Callie and Hooyo, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum assalam, lovely.
I enjoy listening to your podcast when I can. You guys are amazing. I love your openness, confidence and work ethic. MashaAllah. That's really sweet.
That's actually made me happy.
It can be hard to be free and talking about many topics / reflect life realities in our culture, ridden with air, taboo and various restrictions, especially for women. So I applaud you ladies for doing your thing. Woo!
We love good encouragement, guys.
A little about me. I'm a Somali woman in her early 30s, an avid writer, poet and reader, a mother. I live in the UK and have been writing since I was 10. Well, what I wanted to share briefly is more of my story rather than a dilemma. As I am currently at peace with this situation for the most part, alhamdulillah. Still, there is so much and so many layers to this story, and it's really hard to express fully, yet not go on and on and on. So I came to the UK as a kid, and I was brought up by a single mother who was battling a couple of illnesses and was clearly having a hard time. The thing is, I had met my mum around age 8 as my parents divorced when I was 2, and my father and other family members took care of me until that age. So we had met not that long before coming to the UK. Unfortunately, mother and I never truly clicked, as she was often absent doing this and that and very emotionally unavailable throughout my childhood and into my teens.
God.
Don't get me wrong, she did everything in her power and toolbox to bring me up, and she really poured herself into her role as a mother. I am grateful for that. Unfortunately, we never knew how to communicate, and we clash over things like her wanting me to wear the big jilbab while I wore a scarf and abaya, etc. And things were just often off. Let's say I was always very outspoken and stood my ground, though I never rebelled against culture or religion. I honestly feel bad writing all this, but this is my story. Anyway, about a year ago, she had a breakdown and told me she will never visit me again.
Oh my God.
It's nearly 1 year and she only came once to pick something up briefly. Her reason is because I am not Islamic enough. Apparently there aren't enough Islamic books on the shelf. Mind you, I wear hijab, abaya, do my Islamic basics and do my best to be a good person. Also, since my kids were born, we have never been clashing because she keeps asking how much Islam they are learning and demanding I teach them how she wants them taught. But of course, I am sure it isn't that simple, but our unsolved pain and traumas over many years also compound under her fears about me not fitting her image of a religious woman. Hearing her tell me she is basically abandoning / cutting me and her grandkids out of her life, and knowing she means it, shattered my soul and cut my heart in unimaginable ways. So I did what I do best. I mourned our relationship for weeks, like I did many times before we clashed and could never resolve our differences. I cried, I walked, I talked to people who care, I hurt and hurt a lot. I prayed, and I wrote and wrote and wrote. Imagine going through a breakup with your Hooyo. Oh, this is so sad.
This is so sad.
Could you even imagine that? Only if you have been through it. Anyway, fast forward 1 year, and I've basically been writing her salams when and she responds with wa alaikum salam, I'm fine. And I go to see her when I can. She only called me once during this period of almost a year, and it was this recent Eid. When I go to see her, the air is always tense, and even if it seems okay, I'm always on high alert. The amount of unresolved trauma in this relationship is insane. I have been on this self-healing journey since my teens, and it's always got new mountains to climb. But alhamdulillah, I am slowly making peace and not expecting my mother to change. I'm expecting that I can control only what I can from my side, such as keeping in touch with her. I'm very much into psychology and reading about various personality disorders, and it's helped me make sense of the issues my mother has with me. Though I am not diagnosing myself or her with anything, I have reason to have doubts. Anyway, thank you for hearing me out, and I would love to hear your thoughts. All the best. Fi amanillah, your girl, Anna.
Isn't that crazy that we were reading about friendship breakups, but breaking up with your own mum?
No, I know, that must be so heartbreaking. I don't know how to like, I don't know how to approach this situation.
I think it's more of a conversation about like, you know, when you have a tricky relationship with your mum.
And I'm sure a lot of people at some point in their lives during the teen periods most commonly have had that kind of relationship with their mum. But usually what happens is the mum kind of fizzles out and like realizes that this is an actual person who needs to make their own choices and decisions. So I don't know.
I just feel like obviously your mum is quite intense. And it seems like she's quite rigid in her thinking. And I think one of the things you can do is just keep trying. Yeah. Because you're not doing anything wrong in my eyes.
No, and I feel like you're doing your best in terms of like trying to keep the ties of kinship, writing to her, sending her salams. I think that's all really good.
Yeah, just keep calling her.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, it sounds like she's probably not going to meet you halfway now, but your mum has you and she has grandchildren, and I'm sure she wants to like
see them,
maintain, you know, have a relationship with them, but out of ego she's not backing down. Yeah. And this is the issue here, is like the ego.
And I think if you're taking your kids to Quran class, or you're teaching the way that works for you, I would just say, you know what, Hooyo, this is what we're doing, this is how we're teaching them. If you've got other ideas, obviously I'll try and take it on board. Hey, yeah.
I'll try and incorporate it.
I would say literally, like, I can see why it's hurtful, because it's your mum and you want to have that relaxed and open relationship with her. Yeah. But if someone's not wired that way, I think you need to start maneuvering it in a way where like you adjust to them and they adjust to you.
Yeah, you've got to accept that you have differences and you don't necessarily have the same views. Sometimes you just have to accept people for who they are. Like,
and you might not be close with them.
Yeah, and you have to accept that you can't change someone's mind. You just have to somehow meet them halfway. Yeah.
And I think with her, I think the biggest thing is just showing that you're still there, that you're still present, that your ego isn't driving you away. And maybe Allah will soften her heart. You never know.
Exactly.
But
it's
honestly,
really hard, isn't it?
Having a toxic relationship with your mum, I'm not gonna lie, that is like mummy issues number 101.
I know,
that would send me to therapy.
Yeah, it's just really sad, because obviously this is someone like who you've known your entire life. This is literally your other person. So when that relationship kind of goes sour, I wouldn't personally, if I was in that situation, I think I would have a breakdown. I just wouldn't be able. Do you know what I mean? My mum is my only living parent.
Yeah.
So but I don't know. I think she doesn't sound like someone who would accept modern day like services like therapy or anything like that.
Who, the mum?
Yeah. No, it doesn't seem like she'll do something like that.
But you never know, actually. She could try like, you know, loads of masjids have like sister halaqas and for advice and things like that. So doing that together, maybe doing activities together that she likes, so like going to masjids together.
Yeah, going to like a talk.
I don't know what else you can think of. But I mean, I can understand why it's a really horrible situation for you, but I feel like you're doing a lot already to like maintain and heal from that. Yeah. And not everyone has a good relationship with their mum.
No. But it's also like, the thing is, I think for us, it's just about encouraging, because you know what, like there's someone in the relationship that seems very closed off, and there's someone that's open. So it's just, you know what, the open person just has to keep trying. I mean, it's not, it will only be exhausting if you allow, you know, like it to really affect you, if you really kind of like internalize that behavior. That's when it will seem draining and exhausting. But if you come from an angle of, I accept that this is who you are, I might not be that person, but you won't be able to project that onto me, but I know that this is you. If you come from that angle and you're just like, come outside, let's go for a coffee. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's go for a quick coffee.
Let's take the kids to the park together.
Yeah.
And obviously every Hooyo loves, like, no matter what, every Hooyo
loves the grandkids.
They love the grandkids. They love spending time with family.
Yeah.
No one wants to be alone.
Nobody wants to be alone. And I just think if you keep knocking one day, she's going to answer. And you've got to do it in a way where it's not like you're coming from you're carrying baggage or you're carrying sadness or emotion or whatever. You just got to be like very casual.
Yeah.
Hey, Hooyo, I'm picking you up today.
And you know, there's sometimes like people say things to you that might bother you. But like one thing I've learned is like, you just brush past it. Like I've like a particular relationship in my life, that one person will say a comment that I know will piss me off. But it's like, I know I can't change them. Even no matter like whatever conversation that I have with them, I know they'll still be that person.
They'll
and
still do the same thing.
Yeah, and I can't cut them out from my life because I actually want them and I need them. Yeah. But my understanding now is I've just trained myself to think I'm just not going to take that seriously. I'm not going to take it on board.
I'm not going to take it seriously. I'm not going to let it affect me. I'm just going to carry on as I've always done.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes you just got to keep moving.
And you also need a space to vocalize that. You said you did therapy. I think continue doing it. Whether if it's therapy or having a close person, but you just need to have a space where you really say how you really feel and take it out of your system, and then it'll just be there. Because if you're constantly suppressing. Yeah, if you're constantly suppressing emotion, it's just going to eat you up.
Suppressing emotion sometimes turns into physical conditions. You know that affects the heart, stomach, brain, all of that. So just go easy on yourself. Like, just, you know what I mean? I wish that I could like really, I wish emotions could be physically controlled. I wish I could just be like,
cut them off.
Yeah, just stop right now.
Cut it off from the neck.
Just feel happy all the time.
Wouldn't that be nice? What does happy feel like then?
I don't know.
I don't know.
A happy feeling for me is like, you know, when you've been waiting for a series and then it finally comes out. You've prepared the snacks, your blanket's there, oh my God. Your feet's up on the sofa.
I'm drooling.
Oh, that's happy for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I can see why that's
happiness is like sleeping in the morning.
You know what happiness is for me? Just before you board a flight for a nice holiday.
Really?
That anxiety, but that excited feeling.
No, mine was coming off the
plane. Well, like coming off the plane, or you've just touched down in your hotel room.
Oh, that's
and you're like, you were so tired before, but
and then you go to the beach.
You go to the strip.
You go straight to the beach.
Literally.
And you get yourself a little mocktail.
That's happiness to me. Like,
that is happiness, and you're listening to the waves.
Yeah, like what else is happiness to me? Like when I get to an end of a really good book.
Happiness for me is 5 p.m. and turning my laptop off.
Really? What else is happiness? Like for me, it's just like doing something exciting I'm really happy about.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Sometimes like happiness. Sometimes you feel anxious, then you feel happy.
Or like when I make dua about something and it comes true.
And
I literally see it in
front of my eyes.
I'm like, what the hell? Guys, do you have the situation where like, I have weird dreams about situations and then they'll happen? Like deja vu? Isn't that weird? That's happened to me so many times.
I hope it's not nightmares.
No, it's like something good. Like I'll have a dream of like us lot chilling somewhere, and then I'll see us lot chilling in that same place that
Do you know what? You always have a lot of dreams. I feel like I have dreams, but I never remember them.
It's my hormones. And you know when you're pregnant,
you dream
have the craziest dreams, and they're so vivid.
Scary.
It's like you're in a
Do you think it's like because your baby's dreaming and you're dreaming at the same time, it's causing a double dream?
No, I just think it's because you have loads of hormones in your body.
Oh,
it's probably to do with your testosterone.
It's really interesting.
But yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, guys, that is the end of the episode. Thank you guys so much for listening to us. Don't forget to download and make sure you leave us a lovely little comment on our Apple Podcast and Spotify. 5 stars on the Spotify. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube. We're almost at 20k on YouTube, can you believe it? Oh my God, high five, girl. I know, high five. And also, I'm gonna reply to all the YouTube comments this week, so get ready, be excited. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Thank you so much, guys. See you at the live show. Bye. Bye.